Well, hello everybody. Appreciate you all joining me for the championship of Grand Arena. We are going to finish up today looking at our new opponent who was gracious enough to join my Discord server. So I'd like everybody to please welcome Captain Buddy Lee, who made it to the finals with me here today. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do here. I'm going to be posting down in the comments the specific start times for each of the fights here, so if I get a little too long-winded at the beginning, you guys can skip right to the good stuff when you're watching later. But let's go ahead and take a look at Captain Buddy Lee and see what we've got here. So he's got a pretty good roster here, all your main guys. We'll see as I pull up the stuff in the bot, the DSR bot, that it is apparently a bit of a mismatch, but he did manage to win 2 battles to get here, so we're not going to take anything lightly. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and go there now, and we'll show you what he's looking like. So let's get to main display and come up here, and we'll check out bot playground. So this is the matchup that we've got here. If you're not aware, the DSR bot is a fantastic tool for doing all sorts of stuff, and one of the things that it does is it gives an excellent kind of a evaluation and a representation of what 2 people look like here. So here we've got me versus Captain Buddy Lee, and it breaks down by our GP and then the various things that we've got here. So see that we both rank pretty decently. This is a snapshot in time, so at the time that I ran this, I was 34th in squad and he was 45th. I was 11th and he was 35th in fleet. See that he's doing better than me in Zetas. He's got a few more Zetas than I do, 45 to 40. If we look through our G12 though, you'll see a big difference there. I've got 99 G12 characters and he's got 34. And it breaks it down by how many gear pieces we've got. I also have a significant amount more 6-dot mods than he's got, 75 to 17. 224 to 110 plus 10 speed mods. I've got 65 plus 15 speed mods. He's got 27. I've got slightly more plus 20 speed mods and 14 to 4 in our plus 100 offense mods. So both mods and gear level, I do have a significant advantage. And again, this comes from me ignoring ships forever. I'm really hoping that CG fixes the matchmaking here, because especially in this Grand Arena, we don't have any ships in it, so it should not be taking our fleet GP into account when it's doing the matchmaking. But it does. They've been promising that they're going to fix that, and hopefully the next upgrade will do that. But we will see. In the meantime, it does appear again that I have a fairly significant advantage at a high level here. But again, he has won 2 matches coming up here, and it's not really about the gear level. It's about being able to use the teams that you've got. So we'll see what he's got here. This also breaks down the differences between some key characters. So Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Treya. We're going to be pretty close in most of those things. So let's go ahead and get back to this here. And it looks like I was stupid and I didn't actually change the display. So I'm still trying to figure all of this out. Let me try that again. We'll actually change the display this time and I'll show you that real quick. So here is the thing that we've got. You heard what I said again. We've got 99 versus 34 G12 characters, so I've got significantly more than him, and then it breaks down the mods. So let's get back to the actual fight, and we'll see what we've got in store. Back to BlueStacks. All right, let us check out Grand Arena. Probably shouldn't have exited all the way, and we'll look at what he's got. First, I'll show you what I've got on defense. I pretty much always place the same defense. I use my lower level, but I try to make them annoying. Still fairly difficult to get through. You shouldn't just be able to breeze through all of them. So start off with the GK Zeta Barris. I've got some decent bounty hunters here. Again, not a lot of Zetas. I am, again, very behind in my Zetas, so I'm usually outmatched there. Do a KRU and throw in a little bit of Bastilla here. And if he gets through that, this is where live streaming is kind of an advantage to him, because he gets to actually see what's in my back wall. So we'll show you what's in the back wall, and if Captain Buddy Lee is watching, he'll get to see too. So waiting for him, we've got a Rogue One team there. I don't have the Zeta on Jin yet, so he might have a thing there. And then I've also got a good Karth team, again missing the Zetas on Mission and Zalbar. So it's annoying, but not impossible to get through. I like to throw Initiate in there just because she does some damage over time, and she's got a couple of things just to kind of round out the team and make it a little bit more difficult for folks that maybe haven't seen her before. And then in the bottom, we throw in the Night Sister team. So the idea is hopefully the opponent uses up what the good teams that can take care of Night Sisters on that front wall, and this can be an annoying team in the back. But let's check out what he's got. So in the front, he's got a Treya for me, your basic hide the DN Treya with Sith Trooper and Scion there. And then a Bounty Hunter squad that looks much like mine. It's got an extra Zeta more than I have on Bosk. And down in his bottom, we've got some Scoundrels here, and we've got Night Sister with Nest. And Nest is always a problem for the Night Sisters, makes them a little bit more challenging. I don't like to put Nest on defense because I like to use her on offense. And again, mostly what I do is I save all of my really good teams for offense. The idea is to go for a full clear. And I do recommend, by the way, that strategy. It doesn't really seem to pay off to put too much of your really solid, strong teams on defense, because offense always wins. So if the person holds back for offense, they're still going to win. You don't gain a whole lot by putting your Revan, for example, on offense. I will take out the Revan in first shot, so you don't really gain much there. Better to put some annoying, fairly difficult, but you still expect to be full cleared teams on defense, and then try to go through and be as clean as you can on offense. And where possible, use some lower teams, some teams that aren't quite full, so you can get those extra banners. So the other thing that I do is I keep track of all of the battles that I fight. I've got a OneNote that I use, and we'll see. Yep, go back to the main display here so you can see my OneNote. So for example, in Night Sisters, I've got this broken down by 3v3 and 5v5. So for Night Sisters, these are the teams that I have used in the past. I've used Treya, used EP, used Revan. I'm going to use EP here. Again, I was going to throw in Wampa because the counterbot recommended to use Wampa, and I've never done it. So I'm going to throw Wampa in specifically because we've got a fairly high nest there. So we're going to try to give that a try and see how that works. And then for the, come on in here. For the Treya, I'm going to use Revan. For Bosk, I'm going to use my Imperial Troopers. They tend to cut through the Bounty Hunters pretty well. The other thing that I like to do is I want to clean out this top section first so that I can see what these two back ones are. It's possible that he's got something in the back here that will make me change my mind on what I want to use on these front two. I do that one because there's two teams in the back and there's only one team in the bottom. So we're going to try to take out that top area first, and we're going to do that. Let me go to Treya. Again, I've already got this set up for who I'm going to use. We're going to use Revan against Treya, and hopefully that will be a fairly easy win, but you never can tell. The other thing that I do is I always go through and check all of their stats. So we'll go in and check Treya's stats, see how fast she is and all of that sort of stuff. I've already done that for these first 4 matches. We'll look at what he's got in the back row once we get through all of these. So let's go ahead and select the squads. We're going to do our 5v5 offense, and we're going to use our Revan. So let's go ahead and get right to it. and see how Revan does against Estrella. Switch over to that. All right, we're going to go straight for Treya, see if we can get her taken out. There. See if we can stop him from going, get an assist. There we go, Treya's gone. And then we'll go ahead and spread some buffs. Attack all. And I'll go ahead and work on him for a bit. See if maybe we can do a little bit of damage to EP here. All of that. Go. I generally hit everybody that's not in the Triumvirate first, just to get them out of there, because they have these crazy bonuses if you start hitting them. Nihilus starts to build up crazy bonuses, so but we'll take care of him now if we can. Spread some buffs. Get some stuns going. There. Everybody. And got rid of him. So then just chip away at him for a little bit. Sure, why not? And then it's just a matter of pounding away at Scion till he goes down. And there we go. All right. Then the other thing that I always do is I keep track of my victories. Here, hold on. So we take a screenshot so I can know how well I did later, because my memory is quite frankly awful. So we're going to go over, let's go ahead and transition here so you can see what I'm doing. Go over here. And then we just place that in here, and unfortunately messed everything up, so bring all that back, and there we go. All right, so we got Treya done. Head back to BlueStacks. I also like to run this on my computer because my eyes are old. I don't like to do things on my phone. I can't see as well, so I run BlueStacks on the computer. It makes things a little bit easier for me. So let's go ahead and hit the bounty hunters. We're going to use the Imperial Troopers for them. This usually goes pretty quick. And here we go. So we'll get our turn meter going. Debuffs. And always take out Boba first. He's the hardest hitter, so we'll I'm gonna cut right through him and then just make the rounds. And usually, or turn meter, bam, gone. And just like that, 60 banners. Imperial troopers cut right through bounty hunters. So again, we'll take a screenshot and paste that in here. So one of the things I've got on my server is, in a vain hope probably that that the devs will eventually see it, because we have a couple of people on my Discord server that know the devs, or at least have some relationship. So I've got a Grand Arena suggestions channel on my server, which is basically for trying to get people's ideas on what would make Grand Arena better. I personally think that Grand Arena is by far the best part of this game right now. I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. It keeps people engaged, keeps me engaged, but there are some areas for improvement. And I'd be curious if any of you want to join that Discord server, what your thoughts are. A couple of things that I would love to see. In fact, my number one thing would be, it would be great if, when there's not a Grand Arena going on, if they would allow us to just fill the Grand Arena table with our own characters and try out new squads. Be able to fill it and then attack it. So I could put my defense out here and then attack my defense, which would be fantastic for trying out new combinations of characters, of maybe putting mods on different teams and then trying them out and see how they work. I think that would be so much fun. Okay, so let's see what we've got back here. Looks like we have got a Rogue One-ish sort of thing. We've got old Ben in there with Leia. Leia doesn't have her Zeta. See, this is one that I might want to actually use Wampa on. So I might end up taking Wampa out of that other team. And then we've got some Ewoks. So again, on that other team, I usually like to use Emperor Palpatine against Ewoks. He generally works really well. When I don't know what to do and when I'm concerned, I also have a couple of things that I kind of go to, like this. Let me make sure I'm actually looking at it. I am. So I've got a couple of counter lists that I have picked off from various people. This particular one was Sidious's Pikachu that put this together, and I find it really handy. It lists the team that you are going up against and then several strong and soft counters for those teams as an example. The other one that I really like to use is this one, and this one was put together by Pigeon, which I think is also a great one. So for example, we've got our Ewoks, and it lists EP, Zeta Finn as good counters for that. So I do have a Zeta Finn team that I could potentially throw against that if I'm going to use my EP for the other team. So we could do that. As far as the Rogue One goes, again, Wampa. So I think I'm going to take the Wampa off the EP team, throw him with Rex, and go against Rogue One. And I might actually try to do that just 3v5, considering the strength of this team. Got a Ben with the Zeta. Yeah, I might do that, and then we'll do Zeta Finn down here. So Zeta Finn works. So what I'm looking at up here is I was going to do with Kira. That one I was actually going to do CLS with a 3v5. So I think we can go ahead and do that. We'll keep EP for this, but I'll take Wampa off of it and put somebody else in there. Let's first go ahead and try to get rid of this this wall so that we can see what's in the very back, and we'll do this Kira team. And I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try to go 3v5. So we're going to come over here to my 3v3, and And we're going to do the CLS, Han, and Chewie. Now for my Chewie, I've only got the 1 Zeta, but that should still be fine, hopefully. The idea here is going to be to try to knock out Zalbar first. Not Zalbar, but Vandar Chewbacca first. So let's give this a try and see how we do. So we're loading up here. We're going to try to see if we can just knock him out. We'll get that going so that we can, bang, there we go. And stun here going, there we go. And all in all, this looks like it's going to be fairly straightforward. There we go. 61 banners, I will definitely take that. Let's get a screenshot. And move on. Okay. We want to go over here to our cure team. And let's make this a lot smaller. Fix that. There we go. Delete there. Okay. We'll head back to BlueStacks. And now we've got this wonderful Night Sister team, which has got the nest going for it. So let's go ahead and hit that, and if we look at what I've done before with the Night Sisters, I had actually forgotten, by the way, that I basically took on this same team with EP before. So I'm going to take out Wampa from what I had planned to do. I'm going to go ahead and throw SWGOH back in there, and we'll see how that works. So back to BlueStacks. Go back to our offense here, and just so I can get a screenshot, I'll actually change it up here. I'll edit it. Take him out. Look for Sith. And we're going to throw SWGOH in there. Confirm that squad. I'll take a screenshot of it later. And let's move forward with this squad. All right, throw some of that around. And we can get some buffs going. I want to get rid of Daka as quickly as possible. There's one. Play going on. Some healing again. More buffs. Debuffs. Grab that. Out. We can stun some folks. Daka stunned. There's number 2. And get rid of her. All right, now it's just a matter of seeing if we can let nest go. Damage over time. And maybe. Yes, there we go. All right, 53. Not awesome, but it's a first try victory, and ultimately that is what we're interested in. So we'll make again a copy. I will make a note later, but we used a different team here. There we go, and we'll make a little note here that we used SWGOH instead of Wampa. All right, so let's get back to it and see what we've got here. Who does he have hiding in the back? Oh, it's more Wampa bait. So, no Zetas, low-level team here. This is one that Wampa could actually do on his own, likely. So let's go ahead, make up my mind on which one I want to use Wampa on here in a minute. First, let's go ahead and try our Zeta Finn against this team, but here's where we need to start looking at their stats. So first, got Chirpa. What kind of... The mods aren't great. 144 speed, so slow. And how are we doing on Elder? A little bit better mods. 216, okay. So with Zeta Finn, you really need to make sure that everybody is slower than Poe. Poe needs to go first. 194. My Poe is currently in the 250s somewhere. $188. And what's Wicked doing? And 177. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that, but first let's make a copy. So we got our Ewoks. I'm gonna copy this. You can see that normally I like to do EP. EP cuts right through Ewoks. But this time, I've already used our EP. So, delete that, get rid of my comment, and then go back here, take a screenshot of them. I find, however you want to do this, I think this is really important to try to keep track of what you've done, what works, what is not. It's great to be able to come back here and see things that do work and say, oh yeah, look, EP cuts through them like butter. But also you'll come through and you'll do things like, oh, where was it? Like, went through somebody that didn't work well. Actually, I think, yeah, here we go. The last 3v3 one. I tried Ewoks against KRU and lost. And then I tried to go through and do Zeta Finn against KRU. That was a mistake, lost. Ultimately ended up doing this. So you can keep track of what works and what doesn't. There's all sorts of great guides out there, but I find that personal experience with my own notes tend to work better. So we are going to, again, the Ewoks, we'll get rid of that. Let's see, which one is him? He's the one without the Zeta, and with him in the middle. Okay. So here we want to delete that, move this up. I'll fix the thing later, and we're going to use our Zeta fin. So let's go ahead and come in here, take a screenshot. And get fin. All right. Let's see how Finn does against the Ewoks. Oh, I should have looked at the speed of Poe so I could show you guys, but he's faster than all of them. So we're going to hope. Oh, got a couple. And basically going through and just trying to hit all the exposes. We want lots of exposes. There's an expose. Go throw a couple more out. Fantastic. And let's keep the expose train going. It's supposed to change. Didn't. Throw that up. More exposes. All right. There we go. Oh, he got off. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh man, missed. Hate it when he misses. Stun him. Expose. And all right, there we go. Unfortunately, they got off a couple of strikes, so I didn't get full protection, but again, still, we'll take the win. Get a screenshot. Go on. So what kind of things are you guys most interested in Grand Arena? What do you like and what don't you like? It seems to be one of the most popular game modes with pretty much everybody I've talked to. I haven't really met anybody that doesn't like it at least a little bit. Like I said, I absolutely love it. One of the other things that I would love to see in Grand Arena, as one of the suggestions, is the ability for us to take on our own shardmates, or maybe our own guildmates, that we could invite people to play against or challenge our friends. That would be absolutely fantastic, especially within guilds. It would be a wonderful training opportunity to be able to throw up a challenge to somebody, let them attack you, you can attack them. I think that would bring a lot of fun to the guild and some fantastic training opportunities. But now we have a question of who to use Wampa against. So I could try Wampa by himself against the Phoenix squad, which I've had success at before, but last time I actually lost. Or we can throw Wampa in with maybe a Rex lead and take these guys out. Or we can just really don't even bother with it all, because I still have a couple of teams that are pretty darn good. I still have Treya and I still have JTR. So I could take the wuss way out and use my Treya or JTR and pretty much blow right through either of those teams. I could do a mirror match with my Phoenix against his Phoenix, which actually should come out on my side. But you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and do Wampa all by himself against the Phoenix. Worst case is I do 2 battles and I'm gambling that he won't clear me first time all the way through. And best case scenario is Wampa wins and I get a whole bunch of extra banners. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go I don't recall who I clicked on, so let me make sure I don't put Wampa in there. Yeah, see, that would have been bad. I don't want Wampa in there all by himself there. But we're going to go Wampa alone against this Phoenix squad. Let's check out their stats first. Make sure they're not like God modded or anything. Okay. And there's Hera. How's the Ezra looking? Again, mismatching. No, mods are matching actually. 177. No. Let's look at the stats. Pretty slow. And lastly, check out Kanan. Okay. Ooh, 112. All right, as far as Phoenix goes, I feel pretty confident with this. So let's throw Wampa in there all by himself. See how it goes. All right, get some protection up, and bam. Yeah, sure, why not? Get a little extra. This is kind of not fair. Bam. And just like that, Wampa gets 64 banners. I highly recommend to everybody that you not put Phoenix on defense. As you can see, Wampa by himself can take out a low-geared Phoenix easily. If the Phoenix are geared higher, all G12 got some Zetas on them, then Wampa with Rex can take them out. So again, there's not really a lot of utility to doing Wampa or to doing Phoenix on defense. So I would try to avoid it. I'll go ahead and I didn't actually save that, but hey, come on. There we go. Let's need to add a page because I haven't faced one of those yet. So Phoenix, and I didn't actually get a screenshot of his, but that's okay. We'll save that one for later. Just put that up there. So we took out his Phoenix with the Wampa alone, which means I've only got this one team left. And just to keep things going, and I'm not even going to really keep track of this one because I'm just going to blow through it. I'm going to go ahead and throw out Treya. This should be a no-brainer battle. And hopefully you see what I mean by keeping all of your strongest tunes on offense. You can see that even with what he put on defense, and he had some decent teams on defense, still, if you've got your stronger tunes, there is no reason that you can't go through and just blow right through them. So the goal is always to win in one battle if you can. The trick to Grand Arena is to win as efficiently as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can go here, throw that over to Nihilus, Force Drain again, and So just because he's fullest, we'll throw him out. Go ahead and stop old Ben and keep pounding on bays until he goes away. Bam. Bam. And bam. And just like that, we've got our last 60 banners. And I guess I said I wasn't keeping track of it, so it's good. So there we are. We went through in a fairly short amount of time and took out pretty much everything he's got. So, Captain Buddy Lee, it is all up to you now, buddy. You go ahead and take your best shot there. Again, a couple of things that I would recommend is to keep your strongest teams for offense. Don't put your Phoenix on defense. Other than that, it was not bad. We'll see what you can do on offense against what I've got here. Kind of set the bar for you, so you're going to have to take them all out in one shot if you can, and if you can, with maybe a 4v5 or a 3v5 thrown in there somewhere. So I wish you luck, buddy. Thank you so much. I also want to thank Eckel a lot. Eckel is my GL, and he's a friend of mine, and he helps me a lot when putting together some of these teams, trying to figure out who to use for who. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate all of your help. Everybody else, again, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you being here. I will put in the comments the actual times when each of these things happen so that you guys can jump straight to them. And if you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe, all of that. Until next time, God bless you. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care.